Today's video, I'm going to demonstrate how you could pause a looping animation created with the loop function in the Spline Editor and go from this, which is just continuous, to this, where there's a pause in the middle. So if you go back to the beginning here and play it through, it'll loop through the animation and then pause and then start back with the animation. So if you keep watching, I will demonstrate how to do this in the Fusion page of DaVinci Resolve 18.6. Okay, I'm going to start off by creating the animation. So as you see here, I have ellipse masking a background. You can see that in the left viewer here. Then I added a transform to actually do the animation with. You can see the output of that in the second viewer here. So we'll make sure that the playhead is at 0. We'll come over to the inspector, and for the center control here, I'll set up keyframing, and I'll leave it in the center for the first one. I'll move ahead 14 frames. And then I will take it and move it down to the bottom. Then I'll move another 15 frames forward. So I'll be to 29. And then I'll reset back to the center, which is 5.5 and 0.5. So now the quick animation is just a down and up. And that's it. So now if you want that to be looping, what you do is with the transform selected, come up to the upper right, click on the Spline Editor, and make sure the box is ticked over here. Now you'll see your animation, which is basically just this displacement going from 0 to 1. And it's going, this is when it's up, then it's down, and then it's up again. Now if you want this to repeat in a pattern and continuously loop, just left click and drag to select your points. Come down here to this menu down the bottom here, which has different options. And the option you're looking for is loop. So set loop. Click on that, and it now animates it automatically without any other keyframes. So if I hit play, you'll see it'll just continuously go up and down as long as your composition is. So here it's 300 frames, so it'll loop 300 frames and then start back at the beginning. But what happens if you want it to stop looping for a little bit and then start up again? There's really no settings here. You kind of set that up, which is what I'm going to demonstrate here. So we'll go back to the beginning. Now with these points selected, what you can do is right click on any of them. And you'll come up here where it says duplicate. And you want to choose loop. And you want to give the number of times you want it to repeat past the original one. So if I set that to 3, it'll loop 3 more times plus the original. So it'll be 4 loops. Click OK, and it actually makes the keyframes. As you see here, it's now looping 4 times. So if I hit play, it'll loop 4 times through and then stops. So what you need to do is if you want it to stop for a while and then start looping again, is now you just choose a point where you want it to start looping again. So I'm going to choose a point right here. I'm going to left click and add a point. Then I'm going to come over here to the last keyframes here in the spline, and I'm going to box select these last 3. I'm going to hit Control C to copy them. Then I'm going to click on this point, select it, hit Control V to paste, and that pastes that in again. And now you just have to hit the loop button again down here in the bottom, and then that will continue the loop going forward. And here I can zoom, get a better look here. So now if we come back to the beginning and hit play, it'll do the original 4 that you set up. Then it'll pause for a little while, and then it'll begin the looping again. And this will continue as long as your composition is again. So right now mine's 300, and if I was to extend that, this will continue on until the end of the composition. If it was 400 or 500 frames, this just sets up the automatic loop without keyframes again. Now, if you want to do the same thing where you want it to stop again, you just repeat the same steps, and you'll be able to set up as many pauses in the animation as you want. But this is just a quick video demonstrating this procedure. Hadn't really seen it anyplace else. We haven't seen it in YouTube or any other forums. So hopefully you found this video useful, and I thank you for watching.